this holiday program has started with an initial focus on the law and how people have sort of entered the law and their experience with that journey. But now we're sort of stepping back and taking a broader focus and looking at what does it mean to be a leader? How do people recognize what their special power is and harness that to become a real leader in their community?
It was pretty much me and a group of my mates in Manukau McDonald's talking about how we can fight against climate change, sipping on our $1 frozen Cokes and all of that. And I think that it came out of a necessity. There was no one that was reaching out to the South Auckland schools that were talking to predominantly brown schools that were involving our Māori and Pacifica, even though, as we know, the climate crisis is affecting Indigenous people at such disproportionate rates. And so that necessity came from us. While we were still in high school, we were very passionate. Us really just asking, why aren't we involved in these conversations? And what can we do to kick the door down?
I think growing up with a disability and growing up disabled, it's very easy to sort of take on those narratives of focusing on what you can't do or what you're not. And so that's not to say that the sort of replacement narrative is like, you can do anything with a good attitude, because that's not true. Like systemically, people encounter obstacles and things that no amount of a positive attitude is going to change. But for me, it was about recognizing that I was disabled, but actually that could be part of what makes me able to do a lot of the work that I do, and it doesn't have to discount me from a lot of discussions. So I guess what I would say to those of you who are watching in terms of obstacles and pointing yourself in the right direction is those things about yourself that you feel you have to minimize in society, those things are often what can push you forward.
For me, my vision of the future is that we all have an equal access to defining our own path for the future, that we don't make the assumptions of what the norm is for those around us, that we understand, everybody has different life circumstances and backgrounds and influences, and we need to have a more connected understanding of who us truly is, not just in terms of, what we look like, but also in terms of when we are. So thinking of us in a much bigger context of being a better tipuna, I suppose, for those that are yet to come. Yeah. So my vision for the future, I suppose, is growing the understanding and the appreciation of who us is, who's in the room and who's not.
It's my turn to encourage kids, the next generation, to believe in yourself and speak up. Whatever you feel, and that's what some of my philosophies as a coach is to try and make sure that little quiet lad that sometimes I see myself, some of the young boys, are quiet in nature, but allowing them to speak up, makes me feel good, because I know I was shy about the language because I didn't feel I was fluent enough in it. I didn't feel like I was articulate enough to speak out, but then realizing that actually, you got to believe in yourself. You've had your own experiences in life that no one else has had. You've had your own journeys. You made so many mistakes that you've learned from, and it's important that you share your knowledge with others, because there'll be one thing there that someone will take from it and they'll put a smile on their face, or they'll walk away feeling, hey, this guy's got my back. This guy's shown me belief, and hopefully they'll start to believe in themselves.